Hi, welcome back to a little bit of Calm and Crazy. My name is Jennifer and today I have 5 fun and easy ways for you to bring color into your spring and Easter decor. And don't worry, I do have a really fun and easy DIY for you as well. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. I'm so glad you are here and I would love it if you would take a moment and introduce yourself in the comments below. If you have not hit that subscribe button, make sure you do so you don't miss any of my future videos. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure that you are following me on Instagram. I am active over there. It is a little bit of Calm and Crazy over there, just like it is here. And let's go ahead and jump right on into these 5 ideas. For my first pop of color, I grabbed these new little pots from the Dollar Tree. I love these. They have them in a couple of different colors and patterns. And I also grabbed a couple of the Dollar Tree succulents as well. And then just a little bag of the white rocks. So all I do is I take the succulents and I remove them from the pots that they come in, and then I place them into these little pots, and then I use the white rocks in order to hold them nice and secure into these pots. Now you don't necessarily have to have the rocks in order to do that. You can just rest them into the pot, but I do like the weight that the rocks add. If you want to be really brave and daring and maybe you have a little bit of a green thumb, then you can go in and actually use a real succulent. I do not have a green thumb, so I am so grateful to have an artificial succulent that I can use instead. For my second pop of color, I'm using this lantern, but you can do the same thing with a bird cage, and I'm just going in with these glittery eggs from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just adding in, for just $1, a nice little pop of color. I love these glittery eggs. Of course, you can grab any eggs from the Dollar Tree and do the exact same thing. I just love how this all comes together, and it's so easy and so affordable. For my third pop of color, I will be using a piece of wood. This is actually some pallet wood that I have glued together, as well as this butterfly felt. Now you can use any of the felt from the Dollar Tree. It all works the same, but the felt just sticks right onto the wood, and you can change it out with any of the different felt throughout the different seasons, and it just adds like just a nice little felt pop. Now you might have seen that I did this with a felt letter board at Valentine's Day, because the felt on felt sticks as well, and it just gives a nice little punch of color, and it's super simple and easy. For my next project, I'm using this egg on a pick as well as a galvanized tin or a bucket. Now this one's a little harder to find. You will do better probably finding the one that says flowers and garden. I also have some floral foam, some white rocks, as well as some reindeer moss. So to start off, all I'm going to do is place the floral foam into the bucket and just push it straight on in there, and then I'm going to take my egg on a pick and push it straight on into my foam. And then in order to just make sure that my bucket is nice and secure, that is really the main reason why I'm using the rocks. I just really wanted the weight to be in the bucket, so I just kind of dump the rocks all the way around and use that. That foam really isn't going to go anywhere. The rocks really are just in there for the weight. So I add the rocks all the way around, and once I have the rocks inside, I top it off with some moss on top of that, just to give it that polished Eastery grassy look underneath that egg. And there you have a cute little egg, perfect for your Easter decor. I think it turned out perfect, and it just adds a splash of color. So here is the DIY that I promised you. So I grabbed one of these eggs from this sign. I have used the others before. And if you don't have an egg, you can always just cut out an egg shape from a piece of cardboard. And then I'm going in also with some Mod Podge. I take the Mod Podge and I just do a thin coat all over the back of the egg, and then I am using some burlap and I'm laying it right on top of the egg to cover it up. You can go in with just some burlap ribbon. You can also use burlap paper, just kind of whatever you have, and just to cover that up. And I just let it kind of set up a tiny bit until the Mod Podge is tacky, and then I go in with my scissors and I cut it out. After that, I go in with more Mod Podge and I pounce it in, and I cover it all in. This is just to really make sure that burlap is nice and secure onto the egg, and it just gives it a nice coating, I don't know how to explain that. Now, right here, it almost looks like I have ruined it, but don't worry about it. Once it dries, I promise you, it comes out perfect. So here I have a wired ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut off a little bit of it so that it's just a little longer than the width of the egg, and then I'm going to trim it up to take the wire part out of it because I don't want that. And then once I have trimmed up both of the sides, I'm actually going to take a tiny bit of the edges. I'm actually going to fray it a little bit. I want this to not be perfect. After that, I'm going to add some hot glue to it, and then I'm going to hot glue it around the egg. Yep, I know the Mod Podge is still wet, and that's okay. Don't worry about it. I promise you it will dry. So now I'm going in with a little bit of hot glue on the back and some twine, and I'm wrapping the twine around a few times in the center of that ribbon in order to just give a little bit more dimension and just add a little bit more decoration to this cute little egg, and then finishing that off with a little bit more hot glue. Now, again, I would like to add a bow to this, and so my favorite way to do a bow is to take some twine and wrap it around my hand. So I take that and I wrap it around my fingers a few times to get that loop, as you can see here, and then I take another piece of twine and I wrap it around the loops a few times. I tie that off, and then I use some hot glue in order to glue that onto the center of the twine that I have onto the egg. Now I'm taking a dowel that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. This comes in a pack that you can get in the craft section, and I'm hot gluing that to the back of the egg. First I added hot glue to the dowel, and now I'm adding hot glue around it just to make sure that it's extra secure. So now to work on the jar that the egg will be sitting in. So this is a jar that I grabbed from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be removing just the wire that is around it, and I'll just be using my pliers to pop that just right off. Now for the pop of color, I'm going in with these super cute carrots that are wrapped in that orange twine. I love these, and then just filling them with a jar. I know this is not the first time you've ever seen this, but I just think that this is so darling. And so I'm just gonna put these all the way around the jar, and then in order to keep these in place, I'm gonna go in with these cute little glow in the dark. These are the perfect shade of green. I can't say that I actually noticed the glow in the dark part, but this is a way to keep them in place in order to hold the dowel of the egg. So I put those in as a filler, and then it is the perfect way to hold up my egg, and I love how this all came together. All of these are super easy, fun, affordable, and great ways to add a pop of color to your spring and your Easter decor. I would love to know what you think, so leave me a comment down below. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure that you do, and give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!